If you puke up that boiled cabbage, you might just get it for breakfast. Oh, good Lord, a new pair of shoes was a huge event. Come on now, everybody loves 6 months of winter. No, mother, my children are not orphaned just because I put them in daycare and had to go back to school. Just take this medication, you'll be fine. ADHD is not a real thing. My kids were rink rats. I thought I was going to be a ballerina. What do you mean my knees are swollen? Married at 21, divorced a few years later, and a shamefully single mother. You made this bed. Now you get to lay in it. Oh yeah, COVID was awesome. Everybody loves a shutdown. What do you mean I have to learn to teach online? Well, you know, Grandma's a YouTuber now. Statistics are showing us there's a really clear link between your strength and agility and the likelihood that you'll fall down after you turn 65 years old, becoming 25% every year. Then, if you break a bone, you have a 15 to 30% chance of fatality within the next year. I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a yoga dance fitness enthusiast, a teacher, a mentor, and I've had a really interesting journey. I grew up in Quebec, and I was really lucky to have a mom that encouraged me to play outside all day. She didn't mind me disappearing into my room on rainy weekends with books for days at a time. Sometimes my friends and I would get lost in the forest, like literally lost in the forest, building forts and having adventures and finding our way home again, thank goodness. Sometimes hours later, neglect. But in our day, we were free to roam, and if you puke up that boiled cabbage, you might just get it for breakfast. Oh, good Lord, a new pair of shoes was a huge event. Fathers were strict in those days. But mine gave us one really awesome luxury. It was a luxury for us. An old, round-screened, super snowy television. And on that, I got to watch Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney create fabulous productions with their crews of friends. The aunties would all get together and the cousins would all be shuffled off down to the rec room. And down in the rec room, that's where I started creating my own little productions. We were always so anxious for our moms to watch our songs and dances once we'd put our costumes together with old pieces of curtain and handkerchiefs and paper clips. My dad passed away when I was 12, and it was after that that I got to attend my first formal dance class. By the time I was 16, I had to go to work. I had finished high school, graduated, and I had to get an entry-level office job to help Mom pay the mortgage. You know, although I felt like working in an office was dreadful, it allowed me freedom in the evenings. I got to take lessons from a 6-foot-tall goddess. Her name was Heather, and for 2 years, she taught me everything she knew and invited me to become her dance teaching assistant. She taught me how to teach. Mom really believed that a woman's place was in the home and that my main job should be getting married and having a family. And until I did that, I should work and bring home some of my paycheck. So by the time I was 21, I was marrying my high school sweetheart, and things got pretty bumpy. We moved to Vancouver, And God must have smiled on me the day that I got a job at the Vancouver YWCA, because that saved my bacon. They let me teach dance. They let me mentor other instructors. They helped me and encouraged me. But within 8 years, I was divorcing and a single mom living in Manitoba. A whole new adventure. Come on now, everybody loves 6 months of winter. No, mother, my children are not orphaned just because I put them in daycare and had to go back to school. I moved to a tiny rural community with 2 beautiful kids under my wing, stepdaughter, and had another baby. The rural community didn't have dance studios or YWCAs or gyms. They didn't have anything like that. And my husband had to work. He had to travel. He was supporting us, and I was kind of lonely. And we're allowed to use the schools to run programs in off hours. So I started teaching in all the schools and dragged my kids along when I had to. And I made friends by teaching the moms. We'd go upstairs in the rec center above the hockey rink and push tables aside and dance. My kids were rink rats. I added a mint full of certifications to my wallet: Zumba, Belly Fit, Yoga Fit. Meanwhile, my beautiful mom was retiring to the couch to knit and growing frail. Over time, she wound up in a wheelchair and a nursing home because she just kept falling, and I really don't want that to be my story or yours. Most of my students are seniors now. We want to keep on keeping on, and we want to thrive in retirement. I've learned 2 things from all of this. Number 1, your challenges are what give you the opportunity to become something better, something new, something more interesting. What seems like a disaster at the time might just be an opportunity. So cry a little and dust yourself off, and then get back up and keep dancing. Be determined to stay fit. Be determined to be strong. Put time and energy into it. Put time and energy into the bank, because your retirement and your future happiness depend on it. Check out my channel because I have a ton of classes posted, more than 30 now. And if you like them, give me a thumbs up and comment. Let me know what you like best, and keep coming back. Okay guys, that's it for today. I gotta go see what my beautiful husband's up to. He bakes me cookies. If you puke up that boiled cabbage, you might just get it for breakfast. My kids were rink rats. ADHD is not a real thing. Oh, good Lord, a new pair of shoes was a huge event. Just take this medication, you'll be fine. No, mother, my children are not orphaned just because I put them in daycare and had to go back to school. Come on now, everybody loves 6 months of winter. Just take this medication, you'll be fine. I can't be stuck in this house all day. I'm buying a car. I thought I was going to be a ballerina. Oh yeah, COVID was awesome. Everybody loves a shutdown. What do you mean I have to learn to teach online? Well, you know, Grandma's a YouTuber now.